Hi everyone! The spooky season is upon us, and I hope you're having a wonderful October. And what a perfect month to talk about one of the greatest puppet Halloween specials ever. At least to me. So let's get this started with discussing a show you might know called Elf, a well-loved 1980s American sitcom starring a cat-consuming brown furry alien living with a human family. The show was beloved by the general public, but caused stress to the cast on the show due to the long shoot days caused by the technical aspect of filming with a puppet, as well as there being a lack of air conditioning on the set. Overall, the actors have stated that it was a grim work environment, but somehow that doesn't translate to the finished product, a joyous and hilarious show that so many of us fondly grew up with. After the series ended in 1990, Elf went on to star in a film, 2 animated series, and also hosted his own talk show. Elf still pops up on television now and again, still alive and well. This leads us to his creator and performer, Paul Fusco, a writer, producer, puppeteer, and voice actor who first discovered puppets when his father got him a box of hand puppets when he was sick at the age of 6, and thus, this was the beginnings of a career of a notable puppet person. Paul created Elf in 1984, but he had accomplished so much before he even came to introduce the world to the comedic alien life form. Starting in the very early 1980s, Paul, at the time a very young producer often making training videos for industrial companies, met a friend who was a puppet builder who had previously worked with the Muppets, and that led Paul to decide he wanted to create his very first puppet show. Now, Paul was inspired by the early Saturday Night Live short-lived Jim Henson segment, The Land of Gorch, and thought it would be a great idea to create monster characters to bring to life in a similar vibe. He set to work, writing the script and building the puppets with his experienced puppet builder friend, as well as other buddies. And soon, with a small and mighty cast and crew acquired, while being completely self-funded and filmed in a warehouse, the half-hour film, The Crown of Bog, was born.
Once upon a time, on a Halloween night, there came from the ground a mysterious light.
The film opens once upon a time on a Halloween night in the Kingdom of Bog, an underground land where lives the inhabitants of Bog ruled by King Mildew. On this Hallows night, he is introducing the puppets of the kingdom to his son Milo, who he is passing the crown on to become king. Milo is apprehensive about being crowned, but eventually is convinced by his father in the form of a song.
Dad, what I'm just trying to tell you is, well, you're a tough act to follow.
Oh, kid, I think I know what you're trying to say. Hit it, boys! Milo, my boy, I'm telling you, you got the makings of a king.
And you?
When you're on top, you'll find it's true that all those eyes are looking at you.
Yeah.
When you feel that fear build up in your chest, just remember, when it comes down to everything else, it may be lonely, but on top is best.
And that's literally the only song in this whole film. But oh no! Mildew's evil brother Vandal and his son Vandred appear, and Vandal is keen to have his son become the ruler of the kingdom. According to the law, Milo must prove he can be king through a challenge if he is challenged, and Vandal is challenging him. King Mildew, for clarification, summons the 3-headed wise guys of the Kingdom of Bog to discuss who can be decreed the true ruler of Bog. Turns out the wise guys, after consulting the law, have to come up with a task for Milo to do so he may become the rightful king. This is how it goes down.
Milo accepts your challenge. We can do it, right, kid?
Right, Dad.
All right.
Well, now that that's settled, let's give Milo a task. Let's see, something important.
Let me see. I got it. Bring us an egg from the rare polyplopper bird. Make it out 2 eggs.
That's impossible! Polyplops are extinct!
I don't care how they smell.
You idiots! The crown! The crown! Remember the crown!
Oh, yes, thank you, your worthlessness. Return to this kingdom the original Crown of Bog.
What? The Crown of Bog? But that thing's been cursed for years! Everyone who's ever tried to retrieve it has never returned. Besides, it's up there, on the surface, in that old museum.
We have spoken. Return the crown.
Or surrender the throne.
All right, look. I make only one request. If my son Milo has to go up there, I'm going with him.
So, return the Crown of Bog from the Wormwood Museum in the human world, or surrender the throne to Vandred. I think the first option might be the best one. So Milo, with of course the help of his very supportive father King Mildew, set off to the human world to retrieve the Crown of Bog, although, as they know from previous attempts from others, they might never return. Vandal and Vandred also secretly set off to thwart Mildew and Milo's journey to the crown and plan to get it themselves, although this may not be in their best interests, as we will find out later.
Okay, Milo, I'm gonna give it a shot here with the old scepter. I got it. I'm gonna lift myself out, kid. You okay?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Here we go. I'm out. Boy, did this place get run down. Come on, baby boy, climb out.
Are you sure we still have to come up here?
Yes, I'm sure. Come on.
Okay.
Come on, Daddy's got you.
Coming.
All right, kid, now we gotta get going to the museum.
What's the museum?
I don't know. All I know is it's an old place where they keep a lot of junk, and the crown happens to be there.
Oh.
Now, look, you remember what I told you about humans?
Yeah?
Yeah, some of them can be real nice, but others are kinda ucky.
Oh, all right. Boy, you were right. This place really is creepy.
I know. Come on, let's get going, kid. We haven't got much time.
All right.
Okay, watch the route there.
Yep.
Whoop!
You all right?
No, I'm okay. It's just a knee.
King Mildew and Milo successfully enter the human world, and it is oh so convenient that it happens to be Halloween night, so the humans in the town think they are kids wearing costumes, which allows the two to seamlessly blend in. They encounter some young folks going to a Halloween party and ask for directions to the Wormwood Museum, which happens to be where the Halloween party is happening. Despite some meddling, courtesy of Vandal and Vandred, the two get to the museum and meet a lovely museum attendant, who we will just call Lady. I guess she doesn't actually have a name. Oh my god, this is me in the editing room. Her name is Dr. Walden. Her name's Dr. Walden. I'm so sorry. I don't know how I missed that. Who is very well versed in the lore of the creatures from Bog. She recognizes the faces of Mildew and Milo, but assumes they are very detailed masks representing the creatures of Bog. The two puppets find the crown displayed in the museum, and Mildew tells the story of the crown to Milo, about how a wizard put a spell on the crown that made whoever wore it invincible to their enemies. Unfortunately, the crown fell into the wrong hands for a long time, being used for evil. The wizard saw it was being misused and put a curse on the crown. A curse so terrible, no one knows what it is. The wizard then put the crown up in the human world at the museum to keep it away from the kingdom of Bog. But maybe the curse is worn off.
Wow, what a story. I like that one better than Goldie Frog and the Three Warts. But, what happens to us, Dad, when we return with the, crown?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the curse wore off or something. Look, Milo, we can't worry about that. We gotta get out of here real quick.
Yeah.
Come on, I'll lift you up there. You get the case off and grab the crown.
Okay, Dad.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me get a good grab on you.
Right, Dad.
Step on my shoulder, Milo.
Wait a minute. Let me get my hand. Okay, Dad.
I feel like I've heard that background music somewhere before. Oh yeah! King Mildew and Milo try and take the crown out of the display, but Lady stops them. She asks them about their masks and how they look like the creatures outlined in an old illustration. And she finds out that they are actually real, promptly passing out. The other museum attendant takes everyone apart from the two puppets out of the room while Lady recovers. She awakens, and Mildew and Milo tell her what happened. But lo and behold, Lady knows all about the curse.
Supposedly, when this crown was found many years ago, the original curator found these scrolls and discovered the curse on the crown as well. I came across these papers when I first started working here. I tried to tie up the loose ends that he'd left behind, but, well, I wasn't able to decipher all of the language.
Look, can we see what he wrote?
I guess so. The rest of it is over there at my desk.
Okay. Come on, kid.
Here.
Hey, wait a minute. I recognize these writings. They're in Bogganese.
Then you know what they mean?
Well, no, not exactly. You see, we haven't used this language in centuries, but, Milo, don't you know something about this?
Yeah, I had to take 5 years of it in school.
Yeah, I knew it.
It's really very simple. Look.
While they begin to translate the scroll, Vandred and Vandal appear, ready to snatch the crown and take away the power from the king. So King Mildew begins to battle with Vandal and Vandred using his magical staff, and Milo gets Lady to translate the curse words after giving her a quick spark notes on how to translate the Bogganese language. After a hilarious and impressive battle, Mildew and Milo end up with the crown. But by this time, Lady has translated the curse.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Milo, Mildew, stop! Wait! Drop the crown, drop it!
Drop it? What are you, nuts, lady? I just had a minor war here trying to get it.
You don't understand.
Look, I don't care. I'm sorry, but I gotta leave. Nice meeting you.
The curse!
Yeah, I know all about the curse, but nothing happened. Look, it wore off. See that?
Listen to me. I translated the curse. It's anyone from your kingdom who touches the crown past the hour of midnight on All Hallows Eve shall turn to stone.
What?
According to the legend, it says Halloween is the only night when you can touch it. That's when it's supposed to change hands. That's why nothing has happened. But look at the statues around this room. Don't they look familiar to you?
What do you mean statues around the room? There's nothing about... Wait a minute. That looks a lot like... That's fungus! That looks like Milo! That's your Uncle Mold!
Hello, Uncle Mold.
He's right. Look, it's Arnie Garlic, my old accountant.
Hey, look, there's Cousin Crud.
Drop the crown. It's almost midnight.
So, what can Mildew and Milo do? Well, they better not touch that crown by the stroke of midnight. They see Vandred and Vandal escaping after they hear the truth, and quickly come up with an idea, and create a slingshot with the crown. Will I give away the ending? Well, you might be able to figure it out on your own, but it's the perfect time to take a look at this work. Sure, the quality absolutely sucks. It's in 360p or something like that, but I immensely enjoyed it, and it's great for family viewing if I do say so myself. Nothing is overtly scary, unless of course you're afraid of puppets. The lines are written hilariously and give the grown-ups a good laugh as well as the young ones enjoyment.
Dad?
Wait a second, son, I'm on a roll here.
But,
I was saying to my wife this morning, how lucky we are to be living in such a disgusting atmosphere. And she said to me...
Dad, I can't go through with this.
Yeah, Dad, I can't go through it. What?
The puppetry is fantastic, and after a couple months of watching subpar puppet content for this channel, this was such a relief. Especially considering the limited budget and resources, this nails what I would expect when I was told I was going to watch a low-budget puppet film from the 80s. Actually, I think it even exceeded my expectations. On my first viewing, I thought this was a Henson production, something he made around the time of The Musicians of Bremen or The Frog Prince, but no, it's freaking Elf. And when you know that, you can certainly tell that King Mildew, portrayed by Paul Fusco himself, does have very similar qualities to Elf, with quirky one-liners and hilarious banter with other characters, especially the humans.
Hey, look, Dad. I think I spotted my first humans.
What? Hey, you're right, Milo. Those are humans.
Gee, they're not as homely as you said they were.
Well, it's funny. Somehow I remember them as being a lot homelier. Maybe they evolved or something, I don't know.
The other puppeteers on this special include Tony Basilcato, a puppeteer who worked on the Muppet movie, who now is a children's book writer, Lisa Buckley, a puppeteer and builder working on shows such as Sesame Street, Dog City, Scorch, and Elf, and Bob Fapiano, husband of Lisa Buckley, who has worked alongside her on Elf and Scorch, as well as being an incredible painter, creating beautiful works you can view on his website. It seems all of these puppeteers got along so famously that they worked together more than once, with Lisa and Bob working on future projects with Paul Fusco. The puppet builders consisted of the previously mentioned performers, as well as Jill Klein, Ruth Kellerman, Mark Racoy, Maria Rosello, and Gordon Murphy. And to bring this video to a close, I should tell you of this happy ending of this self-funded film. As I said earlier, this was merely filmed in a warehouse with no major backers apart from those in the cast and crew, but Paul was proud of his work and wanted to try and sell his creation to a network, so he and his crew went to various networks with their little film on a U-matic and received a bit of recognition, with the Crown of Bog appearing on the cover of a cable TV magazine. This led to Paul being called by an individual who worked at Metro Media Producers Corporation. This man was looking at supplying media to the then-fledgling channels Showtime and HBO, and wanted to purchase the Crown of Bog, and commissioned more films in the holiday theme for the network. This was it. This was Paul's gateway into the world of puppet television. The Crown of Bog aired on Showtime on October 3rd, 1982. After The Crown of Bog, 5 more specials came along: The Valentine's Day That Almost Wasn't, A Far Out Fourth, A Thanksgiving Tale, Santa's Magic Toy Bag, and An Easter Story. In 1989, another Halloween special came out, The Wickedest Witch. But that's a topic for another day. I think when the time comes I will talk about each of these specials, as they are not to be slept on when it comes to the puppets, the writing, and the performing. They are bite-sized entertainment, playing around half an hour each, and are perfect for those with shorter attention spans. The stories are straightforward enough and are just pure fun. I can understand why The Crown of Bog may not be at the top of people's lists for Halloween content. The quality of the versions you can find online is not really great, but the heart is there, and it's my favorite special of the spooky season when it comes to obscure puppet media. If you enjoy this type of content, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more obscure puppet content. You can hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when I upload. I have no consistent schedule, so who knows when the next one will be. And as always, tell me about the puppet content you remember that everyone else has seemed to forget. We can't let it all become obscure puppet media, and that's what I'm here for. Thanks for watching, have a great Halloween, and I'll talk to you later.